came to a total of $5.1 billion. We started this effort to build an adequate funding base with about $400 million in comparable accounts. The board recently changed the set point for distribution of endowment proceeds. The set point is now 4.5% of equity. The board looks at that number regularly. There are many variables in setting the set point. One obviously is how well the market's doing. Another is whether one is short-term as opposed to long-term needs. The more one spends, the less one has in the future. And there is a kind of progression into the future because of the compounding effect of earnings on the endowment. But in any event, the current set point is 4.5%, and discussions about adjustments continue. One of the reasons for the discussions is the following. UVA in calendar year 2007, the calendar year preceding this date, had a total return of 23.7% on its total investment portfolio. If your kid had a craft portfolio was doing that well, tell me how to do it. The returns for fiscal 07 are 25.2%. And endowment does not hit that kind of extraordinary record every year. That's a red letter year. In 06, it was 14.6%, and in 05, it was 14.3%. Over the course of the last decade, the record of visitors returns on endowment there is 15% per year. That's about as good as it gets. That is a major reason for how we're able to deal with the kinds of downturns that we're seeing take place in state funding. The endowment, including the endowment of all related foundations and the record visitors, is 19th among all U.S. colleges and universities at this point. For the 6-month period, beginning at the start of the last fiscal year, July 1st of 07, and ending on December 31st, total private giving came to $140.6 million. Of that sum, $55.5 million came to the record visitors. I'm going to this bit of detail because there is a change that you may want to watch. As you know, in the last campaign, we began directly soliciting funds for the schools. The record visitors received of $141 million, $55.5 million. The remainder, $85.1 million, went to the foundations, which is to say to the kinds of funds that the deans direct to the schools' greatest needs. More money is now going steadily into the schools through the foundations and is coming into the central accounts. I thought it might be useful to know what kinds of gifts turn up. Within the $55.5 million received by the record visitors, gifts in kind in a 6-month period, $8.8 million, gifts directly to the endowment, $12.1 million. It's important, I think, to register how significant the total return on the endowment is to the financial strength that we have. The endowment is built more aggressively internally through the growth of the monies than it is externally through the contribution of new monies. Gifts for capital projects were $5.6 million. Private grants typically to support faculty research work, $9.9 million. Unrestricted grants to the university, about $600,000. Unrestricted money that's university-wide is the hardest to raise. Unrestricted gifts made to the schools, $3.2 million. So again, you see the shift of donor consciousness from the central accounts to the school accounts. And then unrestricted gifts overall, some $15.3 million. The $85.1 million went to related foundations includes $1 million in gifts in kind, $20 million from endowment. Capital projects, $7.6 million. Gifts that are somewhat restricted, $56.3 million. I don't really have a way to determine how the schools have used those funds at this point. As you know, Dr. Garson and Mr. Sanders are developing the all funds budget. We will implement that as the appropriate accounting systems become available. That type of budget, where we look at the reality that most private companies are flowing into something other than the central accounts, is especially important in a time of state government, because the kinds of funding for travel, for supplies, for research support that tended to disappear in earlier 36 colleges and universities whose endowments are larger than $500 million to provide information on endowments, tuition, and financial aid. Yorktown Reynolds has advised congressional staff on good practices in endowment management and also on what might be necessary to lead the information that Congress is collecting. The issues right now are very loosely defined. I guess I have to say that at the moment we really have no position to take on the discussion that occurred, and through the journals we try very hard to be helpful. Some of the proposals that get floated, typically in op-ed pieces, do pose challenges to a public university in our peculiar situation. It is one whose state support has been reduced and that has received instructions from its government and legislature over the years to build private resources or to give up the goal of educational excellence. I think all of us recall the speech in 1990 when the governor told the faculty to stop conducting research and to adjust to a lower place on the hierarchy of institutions. Some of the other proposals are argued by the newspapers as to whether they're constitutional or not, and some are simply not well formed. We will participate in the discussion to provide information as requested, and because Ms. Reynolds, Mr. Sanders, and others are respected for their knowledge of these things, we expect to be involved in providing information for the committees.